The vague definition of conversion therapy raises more questions than it answers. No distinction is made in the bill between undeniably cruel and coercive efforts to change someone's sexuality or gender on the one hand, and on the other, faith leaders, parents and friends who may be approached by someone struggling in these areas and do their best to advise them. Any responsible legislation in this area must make these crucial distinctions. No doubt it is very difficult to do. The government has been struggling for years to define conversion therapy in the robust way necessary for legislation. The Government Equalities Office consultation closed more than 2 years ago. A draft bill was to be prepared for spring 2022, but has not been forthcoming. I'm sure that is not for lack of effort. Drawing up a conversion therapy law that does not infringe on family life, belief and other fundamental human rights is no easy task. This bill certainly does not achieve it. Many noble lords will have seen the analysis of Jason Koppel KC, who has considered the bill in detail. His words are telling. He notes the bill, quote, would apply across the whole range of life, including in religious settings, social settings, and in the home. He says no attempt has been made to craft exemptions or exceptions so as to ensure that any particular conduct, including conduct in domestic settings or the practice of religion, is not prohibited. The bill would, he says, restrict the ability of gender-critical persons to express their beliefs, the ability of religious organisations to express their beliefs, and the ability of parents to counsel and bring up children in the way they believe to be right. He continues, the bill criminalises expressions of personal conviction, even if they are made without expressions of hatred or intolerance, or improper purpose, or coercion or abuse of power. He concludes that the bill would interfere with rights protected by Articles 8, 9, 10 and 11 of the European Convention on Human Rights. My lords, we must take these warnings seriously. I have yet to hear a clear articulation of the gap in the law that this bill intends to fill. Hence, I am left wondering to what extent the bill is needed at all. I don't believe I am alone in that. My noble friend Lady Eaton referred to Kira Bell and her horrific experience at the Tavistock Clinic. We are all, I'm sure, troubled by it, as we should be. A young lady has been left with a damaged body after irreversible surgery that was not clinically necessary, but rather ideologically driven. This is what happens when there is only one permitted way to respond to people experiencing distress about their gender. Despite many manifest problems with the current affirmative approach, this bill will entrench rather than correct it. My noble friend Baroness Foster very chillingly referred to the conversion therapy law in Victoria, Australia, which makes it criminal not to affirm someone's identity and sexuality. Victoria's approach is lauded by those calling for this bill, and yet its law and official guidance are extraordinarily intolerant. They have even issued guidance on what the law now considers to be acceptable prayers. Prayers must reassure people that they are, quote, perfect in the way they are. That is a long way from the New Testament's declaration that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I certainly have sinned, continue to sin, and I continue to fall short, very far short of the glory of God. But here, parents who do not agree to their children going on to puberty blockers can fall foul of this law. My lords, we cannot go down this path.